What is the significance of why we can't eat meat on Fridays?
Why we can't eat meat on Fridays? Well, the good question to ask is, do you like to eat meat? Do you?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, absolutely. We all, in general, most people do like to eat meat. It's a very human quality. And so to limit that becomes a struggle for us. It's difficult to do. I always want to eat a steak on Friday when during the season of Lent. So since that is the prized food, especially historically throughout human history, animal meat has been the number one thing that we would want to eat. It feeds the brain, both the fat and the protein, and so to limit that is a difficulty. And so that shows, again, strong discipline, and we're sacrificing something good for God. See, to sacrifice something bad like sin or anything like that, well, we should always sacrifice that. But during the season of Lent, the idea is we sacrifice something good for our faith and for God. In remembrance of who? Jesus. What did he sacrifice for our behalf? He sacrificed his life. And so in that, we can sacrifice a little meat.
Why is it meat that we give up and why not anything else?
Well, again, it kind of goes back to what's difficult to give up. And since meat is such a prized food that everybody wants to eat for the most part, that's the thing to give up. And if we were to give up some of the other foods, such as vegetables, then we might actually harm our bodies for an extended period of time. So meat is the idea so that we don't, that it's a sacrifice but doesn't harm us.
Okay.
Jesus was nailed on the cross. The other two men were not. Why?
Very good question, Isabella. The reason why Jesus was nailed to the cross was they felt, the leaders at that time thought that his crime was the largest. The reason why it was the largest, because they felt that he was challenging their authority and their leadership. So they didn't like him very much. Where the other two were just thieves. They had stolen from other people, not from the leaders. The leaders wanted to punish Jesus more. Of course, he was innocent, didn't deserve punishment, and that really is the true crime. The leaders were actually doing the more wrong, and that's why they nailed him to the cross, because they wanted to hurt him more. Does that make sense? Very good.
For a sixth grader, what is the proper way for us to prepare for Lent?
Well, there's many ways of doing it, and the idea of properness. The first idea is you need to pray, and the whole season of Lent, of course, has those disciplines of prayer, fasting, and almsgiving. So the first thing you do is to pray, to evaluate, reflect on your life, to ask God, hey, what is it that I need to sacrifice? What is it that I need to do? And both are important during the season of Lent. Sacrifice helps us to trim away those things that that are not necessary for our lives, even good things, so that we can be more focused on God. So pray and ask God, hey, what do I need to look at? The fasting, then, of course, fasting for food or something else during the 40 days, again, should be a fasting of something good that's not necessary in your life, but something that you can put aside so that you can make room for God in your heart and in your mind. So that's why you put something good out and what you fast from, not just meat on Fridays. And then almsgiving is, you have to look to say, okay, what do I need to do for God? Almsgiving can range from actually giving money to the poor or to an organization, or going out and giving your time, again, to help the poor or help someone else, help someone who is in need, or to do something worthwhile for the community.
Jesus died on the cross.
Mm-hmm.
You will be happy or sad?
All right, so the answer is that we should be both happy and sad. sad because he had to die on the cross for our sins, because we do bad things. Sometimes we don't listen to God. We don't listen to people who we should listen to and do the good things. And so that's why he went to the cross, because of our bad choices. However, we should be happy because he sacrificed himself to give us mercy so that our sins could be forgiven and so that we could be with God for all time. All right? Very good, Joe. Be fine? All right.